The truth about Julian Assange and Lenin Moreno. I will explain to you what has happened behind everything that is being told in the news, which I think it's misinformation. In February 19 of 2017 election of Ecuador, with the help of Rafael Correa, he won the elections. From that point on, he shocked all their supporters and betrayed the Ecuadorian people by making swift changes against the people of Ecuador and against the party that supported him. He bought many corrupt politicians and joined support with opposition leaders, many of them known for their corruption. It was surreal what was happening. He went after his vice president Jorge Glass, and after buying corrupt politicians and judges, he managed to put him in jail unjustly without any proof. He went after former President Rafael Correa, the man who put him in power, and because they couldn't find anything on Rafael Correa, and even the judicial systems told Moreno that they couldn't prosecute him. In order to understand all this situation, we must first understand Lenin Moreno's motives. He was doing exactly what has been done in other countries such as Brazil and others, in which the use of corruptive politicians and judges makes possible to eliminate the leaders of the opposition and placing them in jail. In addition, they use the corrupt media, such as TV, radio, internet, to spread out false propaganda to destroy the reputation of anybody that opposes to their power. The media is completely owned by few millionaires who benefit from all the corruption, because the same media owners also own banks, factories, export business and others. So the corrupt government promised them more government contracts, tax cuts, any deal that can benefit them. Lenin Moreno has lost all the support from 95% of Ecuadorian people who see him as traitor. Many of the town hall meetings are filled with protest and calling him traitor. He has refused to step down, and he tried to consolidate his power. Few weeks ago, it was discovered that he was hiding millions of dollars in offshore accounts. One of them is called INA Investments Corporation, which was created on March of 2012. So even as vice president, he was already betraying the people of Ecuador. INA is the acronym of his three daughters named Irina, Cristina, Karina, the three Inas. He denied that first and even wrote an affidavit saying that he has nothing to do with that offshore account, and later he admitted that his brother opened it offshore. Lenin Moreno is well known for lying, and he was caught in many lies, so people in Ecuador don't believe anymore anything that he says. The website inapeppers.org explains in many details what Lenin Moreno was doing to the Ecuadorian people. In essence, he was stealing money from them while they are suffering an economic crisis. He was cutting a lot of social expenses, roadside constructions, and giving that money to the oligarchs in Ecuador. Wikileaks only make public the same information that inapeppers.org was providing to the public. They also provided photos, audios of Lenin Moreno's family. Their expensive trips around world were financed by their offshore accounts. The expensive taste of the First Lady of Ecuador spending thousands of dollars on designers' dresses, handbags, luxury all around. Photos of them eating lobster and other delicacies, while Moreno was telling Ecuador people to eat eggs with rice because that's all that is needed. One of his daughters in an audio was laughing and making fun of the Ecuadorian indigenous people. So overall, they make public some information that enraged Lenin Moreno to the point that he was blaming Julian Assange for violating the privacy of his sacred family, and many other lies that he mentioned on public TV. At that point, it was clear that he was going to force by all means to push Julian Assange into the hands of UK police and later into the USA hands, and potentially allowing Julian Assange to be tortured and face the death penalty. By doing all that, he broke the constitutional law of Ecuador, because Assange is already an Ecuadorian citizen and the international law. So this is another issue that Moreno will have to face, besides the corruption procedures already in progress in the Ecuadorian judicial system. Please share this information. We must protest the unjust capture of Julian Assange and protest in front of every Ecuadorian embassy against Moreno. He should have already resigned, but he is holding to power and doing as much damage as he could before the judicial system in Ecuador forces him out to face corruption cases.